You have always had a lot of songs that were about, you know, love being the most important thing, and even when you were unhappy, or now you've been able to sort of, you know, turn that into something that is like the glass is more half full. You know?
I've tried. I mean, I've had my dark moments, that's for sure. I've always sort of carried this feeling through my whole life that I missed something incredibly important. When you grow up without a mother, you have a real unfulfilled need inside of yourself, and you are on a mad search for love, unconditional love. Giving birth was a healing experience. It made me look at life in a completely new way, and it made me appreciate life in a way that I don't think I ever had before. I realized that my life was never going to be the same.
I would think that having children would certainly, I don't have children myself, so...
You better get busy, girl.
Well, that's the dog. I got the dog. I'm working on the children. How has that contributed to this?
My growth? Hugely, enormously. Being in the entertainment business, you have a tendency, we all do, to become incredibly self-obsessed, even if we have relationships, you know. You spend your entire day kind of preparing yourself. If you're like a person who lives in front of the camera, you know, there's the exercising, there's the clothes, there's the, you know, the hair and the nails and the skin, and there's the, you know, it just goes on and on and on. And you have children, and there's no, like, the time to do all those things gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And in a way, I mean, it's the best thing that could happen, to like throw everything in perspective. I can't remember.
It takes you out of yourself.
Yeah, and then the other thing is I find that my children help me see myself and my own weaknesses and shortcomings, because I see my daughter being, you know, reacting to things, and I get kind of anxiety-ridden watching her do it, and then I go, my God, that's me. You know, so it's kind of like a mirror thing that happens, and then it's a good way to correct yourself, because your children really are mirrors of you. They're sparks of your soul, and when you learn to embrace your children for all of their shortcomings, in a way, you're doing that to yourself.
Is there anything in particular about your son that makes you see yourself like that?
My daughter's very emotional, and I find myself getting really frustrated with her, and I'm like, oh my God, what a drama queen. And I'm like, okay. What? And then I see my son, and who's like a clown, and he's funny. He's got this really irreverent, kind of cheeky sense of humor, and he's that side, you know. I see myself in that aspect of his personality, and it's great having the two.
The balance.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're in a good relationship, happy in your
Thank
marriage.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are there things that you see in Guy that you see in yourself?
I need to fix in myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, in a way, that's how you kind of know you're in the right relationship, when you feel a deep connection to somebody, but then there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and just the growth that, you know, our relationship has undergone in the last 4 years has been amazing.
And it's so cool that you have such a great creative kind of affinity with each other, and you can work together, and there's that thread.
And I totally respect and admire his opinions on everything. I mean, I wouldn't finish a song without him hearing it, or all my work, I show to him, and I want his input. Every one of us came to this earth for a purpose. We all have a destiny to fulfill. For a while, I was wallowing in a world of confusion. I started asking myself so many questions. What's important in life? What really matters in life? Why am I here? The more in touch you get with the spiritual side of yourself, the less afraid you become of anything. It is about looking beneath the surface and taking responsibility for everything that you do. If I've been enlightened, and I truly feel like I've been enlightened, then it's my responsibility to share what I know with other people.
Tell me about I'm sure, I know how busy you are, but you have friends, you've
I don't. I really have no friends.
You have no friends. You've got me.
I'm sorry.
How do you fit your friends in? I mean, I even find it difficult, and I'm about 1/1000th as busy as you.
Yeah, well, it's hard. I must say I don't have as much time for a lot of my friends as I used to. And we end up talking on the phone and emailing each other more than seeing each other these days, it seems. But I do have a handful of really good friends, and I'm very, very grateful for them.
Are they mostly people that you've known for a long time, or kind of half and half?
Yeah, I mean, I have a kind of family around me that's been working with me for years, and they've become my really good friends. I consider, my manager to be one of my best friends. She's known me for 15 years. So.
She's awesome.
And my sister is an excellent friend of mine. Obviously she's known me for ages. So, I mean, I tend to like to keep people around me that I've known for a long time. There's, I have lots of surrogate mothers, and I'm very lucky to have that, I don't have a lot of friends, but I have some very good ones.
We are zooming forward, but that is what's happening to civilization.
Nothing takes the past away.
Nothing takes the past away like the future.
Like the future.
Everything I did led me up to this moment. So if I would have changed other things, I wouldn't be here. I still love everything I do. If I don't love it, I'm not doing it. I have such a long journey ahead of me. And where it goes, I don't know.
I wanted to ask you, since you are the mother of reinvention, if you would ever consider someday actually, becoming like one of your reinventions becoming a beautiful older woman and having like a wrinkle and a gray hair.
I'm pretty sure I already have a few wrinkles and gray hair, so just don't zoom in too close, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the direction I'm going in, and,
That's what it seems to me, and
Yeah.
I think that would be very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Fat rolls and wrinkles. Right on.
It's the new rage.
Give us a kiss, love. Mwah.
That was lovely.
Mwah.
This type of modern life, is it for me?
Express my extreme point of view.